Okay, let's start with our warm-up. You're going to step your foot back and hop. And then other foot. And punches. Keep your feet moving. You can throw some kicks in there if you want to, just make it shadow boxing. But the two things that you need to focus on are keeping your feet moving and keeping your hands up. Okay, now we do squat jacks. So I squat down and touch my toe and come up. Okay, I am not just keeping my knees straight and bending. I'm bending my knees. So I'm actually doing a squat on every one. And knees. Other side. And shuffle side to side. And bend your knees, squat to touch the floor. Again, don't keep your knees straight and bend like this. Make sure that you bend your knees and squat down. And kicks. Okay. 2 times more through that. So we did step back and knee up, punches, squat jacks, knees, shuffles, and kicks. 30 seconds each exercise, 2 times more through that. Okay, did you actually do 2 times more through? Don't just say you did, you need to do it. Okay, then we're gonna stretch. Reach up. Reach over to one side. Other side. And straight out to the front. Reach for the floor. Over to one side, grab your ankle, pull your chest to your knee, chin is up. Down in a side stretch. The goal here is to have both heels on the floor. If you need more stretch, take this elbow, put it inside the knee, and push the knee further open. Turn. Make sure that your knee is either over your ankle or behind it, not past. You're going to stretch your hip flexor, which is this, by pushing it towards the floor. Again, if you need more stretch, take this elbow, put it inside the knee, and push the knee open. Straighten out your legs. All your toes facing in one direction, chin up, back flat, chest toward the front knee, stretch your hamstring here. Come to the center, Toes straight forward, push your knees out. Other side, grab your ankle, chest towards your knee, notch your hip. Okay, so not here, but chin up. Down in a side stretch. Turn, stretch your hip flexor. Straighten out your legs. Stretch your hamstring. Okay, have a seat. I want you to put the bottoms of your feet together. Okay, I do not want you to grab onto your toes like this. I want you to grab on, if you're gonna grab onto your ankles. But your back needs to stay straight. So when I grab my ankles, it forces me to round my back. So I want your back flat. If you can, grab your ankles and still keep your back flat and push your knees down. That's what I want you to do. If you can't, I want you to put the back of your heels, the bottom of your heels together. Tuck your hands in right here against your hips so that your back is straight. And then push your knees down. If you can't do all these things at once, get somebody to sit behind you and push your knees toward the floor. 8 feet out. Over to one side. So I'm going to grab my toe or toes, and then I'm going to reach over so that my ribs are coming towards my leg. Turn. Now I'm going to face my chest towards my foot and pull my head down. Other side. And turn towards the foot. Okay, I'm going to come to the center now. Make sure your toes stay pointed up. Don't roll them in. And make sure your chin stays up. Reach your elbows toward the floor. Pull your feet in. Make sure that your back is flat, not rounded, and then reach out as far as you can. Pull your feet in. Heels on the floor. To start here, put your elbows inside your knees, push your knees out. Rock back and forth. And put your hands on the floor. Straighten out your legs, bring your feet together if you can. Okay, I'm not really want this with your head down. I still want your chin up. Knees not locked out, but straight, and hands as far to the floor as you can get them. Okay, then I want you probably have to hold on to something for this. I want you to bring one foot up, behind. Okay, don't pull it out here off to the side. Heel needs to be right behind your butt. And you don't want it here. There's no stretch here. So this leg is pulled back so that my quads are even, and I push my hips forward. So you should feel this in your quad and your hip. And then other side. Okay, then I have 3 exercises for you. I'm going to show them to you. I want you to learn them, make sure you understand them, and then you're going to do each one of them for a minute. Okay, so the first one is 2 different squats, which work our 2 different horse stances. If you're Tang Soo Do, the names of them are Soko Chassi and Kima Chassi. If you're AK, one is fighting horse and one is training horse, but I can't tell you which is which. Okay, so one is the toes out, and the other one is toes forward. In both cases, you're going to keep your heels on the floor. With no shoes on, I can actually pick my toes up, which forces me to keep my heels on the floor. With shoes on, it's a little harder to keep your toes up. Okay, so the first one I'm going to do, I'm not lean like this. I keep my shoulders over my hips, squat down, I touch the floor. Then I bring my toes straight forward and squat again. Toes out, touch the floor, toes forward, and squat down like I'm putting my butt on the chair behind me. So out and in, out and in. Okay, that's the first one. The second one is a dip. So you do a dip. This is a tricep exercise. Your elbows are doing the work. So you're not just doing that. There's no work there. Okay, the goal is to put your hands on the floor like this with your fingers facing your toes. Okay, I can't get my wrists down flat like that. If you're on a rug and you want to do knuckles, you can. I have to open my fingers up and do it on this knuckle. Okay, then you're going to bring yourself to tabletop like this and you bend your elbows. Okay, if you can't, if your shoulders won't tolerate this, you can do it from here. But if you're doing it from here, it's really easy to get to where you're doing sit-up and your core is doing the work. Make sure if you're doing this, that you're pushing your way into your shoulders and then letting your triceps lift you up. So you're here, tabletop, and elbows bent. It's a tricep sit-up. Okay, then the last one that we're gonna do is called dead bugs. Yes, dead bugs. Okay, so I'm gonna lay down on my back like this. My knees at 90 degrees, my hands are up. My feet are never gonna touch the floor, my head is up off the floor. I'm gonna take one foot and extend it out towards the floor and the other hand comes back. And back. Then the other foot extends towards the floor and the opposite hand comes back. Okay, so 3 exercises. Squats, toes out to toes in, dips, and dead bugs. 3 exercises, each one 4 minutes. Okay, so this is your stripe test for the second month of the first cycle of 2022. So it's actually the 3rd month of the year, but it's only the 2nd month of the cycle. So it's the stripe test for the last week. Can you hear my smoke detector testing? It's the stripe test for the last week of March, and actually it runs into the first couple days of April. It's your stripe test for intensity, and if you're in the Karate Kids class, for anger management. So what I am looking for to get credit for your stripe test, if you're sending it to me as a video, I need to see 30 seconds of jumping jacks, 30 seconds of perfect push-ups. I don't care if they're on your knees or on your toes, but I don't want to see this. And I don't want to see this. Okay, your back is flat, whether you're on your knees or on your toes. I also want to see 30 seconds of full sit-ups. Hands on your shoulders, all the way up. And then you're going to show me your form, your open hand form for this cycle, unless you're a red belt kid. Then you're going to show me either Action Karate Form 4 or Action Karate Form 8, because the bow form is your form this cycle. Tang Soo Do, you're going to show me your open hand form and your weapon form, whatever you've learned of it so far. I'm looking for intensity. If you're in the Karate Kids class, I need a picture of your star sheet, and then I need you to turn it over. The questions that were on the back. I want you to tell me what things you do that make it like you were the little turtle going into its shell. 준비. Ready up. Kenya. 준비. Kichuhyang Ibu by the count. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Here. 1, 2, 1. Here. Paddle. And show. 준비. Kangan Shodan. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Here. 1, 2, Here. Paddle. And show.
Yep.
준비. 질상 2로. 1. 2. 3. Here. 1. 2. Here. 1. 2. 3. Here. 1. 2. 3. 1. 2. 3. 1. 2. 3. Here. Hip. 1. 2. 1. Here. Huddle. And show. Here. 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 There you go.
Like
Go. 준비. Jetty up. Can't yet. 1. 2. 3. 1. 2. 3. 4. 1. 2. 3. 4. 1. 2. 3. 4. Here. 1. 2. And show. 준비. Jetty up. Can't yet. 1. 2. 3. 4. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 1. 2. 3. 1. 2. 3. 4. Here. Paddle. And show.